So the big reason why this video is braless today is because it's all about breast tape. Unfortunately, I can't show you my real life raw breast on YouTube. I'll probably get banned. So also I don't want to. I don't want to show you my breasts like that. The coverage of this tape is incredible. You know what the difference is? The difference is that my boobs are sitting in place and I don't constantly feel like I need to keep fixing them and adjusting them. Hey guys, I hope you're all good. Welcome to Busty Girls. Now this video is probably the most busty of all the videos, especially because today's video is braless. Yep, you heard it right, braless. And I'm sure you saw in the disclaimer, no bras were used in the filming of this video. So as you see me right now, I am not wearing a bra. It's just me, this top, and my boobs against the world, okay? So the big reason why this video is braless today is because it's all about breast tape. I don't know if you guys can guess if I'm wearing tape with this top or not. But I'll let you know in a second as we get into it, all right? So what are we going to be talking about breast tape? I'll be giving you all the tips and the pointers in terms of what I've learned and my experiences with wearing breast tape as a busty girl. And then I'll also be showing you a variety of styles where I will be wearing tape and I won't be wearing tape so that you can also look and compare and decide for yourself, is breast tape a yay or nay? All right. Okay, so first things first, I think it's important to start with some expectation management so you can understand what breast tape is and also understand what it is not. There's a lot of times that I heard people say, oh, breast tape doesn't work, or maybe it's painful, or it's this, or it's that. And I feel like a lot of that comes from not understanding what breast tape is and what it is not. Most times, breast tape is advertised as breast lift tape. And if you ask me, that is a very generous description of what breast tape can do versus what it actually does. So guys, what is breast tape, right? Some of you might have heard of this tape thing. Breast tape is essentially something that allows you to wear a garment in place of a bra. It's a bandage-like material most times, but it does come in different types of material. So even with this top that I'm wearing right now, and yes, the secret must be out. I'm not wearing breast tape with this top right now, and I'll explain why as the video goes along. You guys have probably seen my video on the socials with this top, and the time back then when you saw it, the boobs were sitting up here. They were ready to explode out. I was doing a little bit of like my boobs are shocking, you know, they were quite big at the time. Now that I've put this top on, that was last year December, I've lost weight, a little bit of weight since then. So my boobs have now shrunk. I don't have the balloon effect that I had then. They were like, you know, I'll put the video on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you haven't seen. Even in that particular instance when I went out, I wasn't wearing tape because the top was tight enough to give me support. But this type of top is the perfect kind of top that most people would wear tape with. I'm going to turn around quickly so you guys can see the back of this top. As you can see, there's a crisscross thing going on at the back. This top is technically an open back kind of a top. There's no place for me to really wear a bra without a bra showing. So think about if I had to wear this top with my hair tied up, my bra would show. Also my hair, it does cover where the bra would be, but it could show, right? So that's where you usher in breast tape, where you need to give your breast support and just a little bit of a lift. It's not going to be this much, just a little bit of a lift, but without a bra, right? Now, why am I not wearing tape with this particular top? Look, I was still referencing last year, December, when I saw how the girls, they were sitting, okay? They were sitting and they were like, and I just thought, okay, this top has enough support on its own. It doesn't need tape. But now that I'm wearing it again and I look at it, I'm like, you know what? I could have put on tape just to get a bit of an extra lift, but it wasn't going to make a big difference. And this is what I'm getting into in terms of expectations. So breast tape isn't a full-blown breast lift where your boobs will sit up here. I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos on the socials that people show you before and after. The amount of lift that you get from breast tape depends on so many different factors. It depends on the size of your boobs. It depends on how much your boobs sag. My boobs really do sag. As you can see, I'm not wearing tape. They are not gravity defying boobs. Unfortunately, there are people who are busty girls who have gravity defying boobs. Mine do not defy gravity in any kind of way. They do sag, right? And also because they're so big and they're so heavy, they can only get so much lift and support from tape. So that's like the biggest expectation management I feel like putting out there. When you see other girls on socials, and most of the time it's people who don't have boobs that are this big, they can take their boobs from the floor to the ceiling with breast tape. Not all of us can do that. I already know I'm not this person, and I've done it all. I have laid down on the bed and I have done it all. My boobs do not go from the floor to the ceiling. Obviously, they're not touching the floor right now, but I think you get the metaphor. So other girls whose boobs are not big, they're able to do all kinds of things with tape. They can even do the boob tube method and not feel a strain, all right? I want to emphasize, and this is very important, guys, breast tape is not a replacement for a bra. And also, breast tape cannot do what a bra can do. It's not even supposed to do what a bra can do. So please don't buy breast tape thinking that it's going to give you the lift and the support that you can get from a bra. It is not a bra. It's a flimsy piece of bandage material. It has no structural support. If anything, breast tape relies a lot on the garment that you're wearing to get extra support. So please don't have this expectation that, oh, you're gonna wear breast tape and never wear a bra again. It's not a replacement for you wearing bras completely. In certain situations, short-term wearing breast tape, right? Long-term, it's your bra for life, you're gonna suffer. So please, don't make the mistake of buying breast tape thinking you're gonna get a breast lift. People are paying surgeons for these breast lifts in some instances. And most of these expectations, I'm doing it for busty girls. So think about those different factors and like, what are you dealing with your body when you go for tape? That's the first thing. The second thing I've heard is people say breast tape is painful. My boy! And I think I know the reason why. Breast tape is extremely painful if you don't wear it with protection for your nipples. Again, you gonna suffer. You gonna suffer. If you want to feel like somebody is shredding your nipples apart, wear breast tape without a nipple cover. I don't even think the pasties are enough. I've never worn the pasties. I have nipple covers, which I will show you guys. Wear breast tape without a nipple cover and you will feel like somebody is tearing you. I don't know what it's like for nipples to tear. I've heard women breastfeeding talking about my nipples are torn, they're painful. Breast tape directly on your nipple is never a good idea. The nipple is the most sensitive part of the breast for everyone, not just women, men. Everyone is the most sensitive part. Now imagine you taking something as harsh as a bandage or tape and ripping it off. That's never going to be a pleasant experience. So the second thing you need to understand is that breast tape is a bandage. It sticks to your skin and you need to protect the most sensitive parts of your skin, right? And then the third thing, before I get into showing you taping and the different styles, and this is probably the last thing, how you can use breast tape or how you can tape breast tape has a lot to do with your boobs. And what I mean by that, some people, as I said earlier, can do the bandage thing, the boob tube thing, and their boobs are sitting and not strained. Some people I've seen can tape from here to here with no side effects, apparently. I've seen them do that. I don't recommend it if you're a busty girl and you have boobs as big and as heavy as mine. You will cry because your skin will tear. I'll try and show you guys where I still have a scar from doing that. It's a bad idea. So understand your boobs relative to the tape. Also understand that I've noticed that different color tapes have different stickiness, right? The darker the tape, the more it bonds to the skin. So I've used black tape before and it came off with my skin. I don't do that anymore. I play with the lighter shades because those are not as harsh. They stick enough, but they're not like ripping my skin apart. I don't know why the darker colors are like that, but it's just, that's also my personal experience. Again, different people have different skins. This, I don't know if you guys can see. This right here is where I had a scar as a result of breast tape. It's probably not the most visible scar. And the worst part is I was going to be a bridesmaid at a wedding and I just had the scar on my breast. Why? Because I tried to do the boob tube method of breast tape. We were wearing infinity dresses to the wedding and at the time I didn't have a strapless bra. So I was like, I can tape these boobs. And if I can tape these boobs and then just buy something to hold them, I can tie, the infinity dress in a nice way. And I taped. And when it was time to take off the tape, it came off with my skin. This is not the only one, but others have healed. It came off with my skin. When I saw my skin, I got very scared. Because I was like, what is happening? But then I understood that the weight of my boobs and tape, the combos are not communicating. So this is a very important thing you need to evaluate for yourself. When you're a busty girl, I personally don't recommend taping your boobs to nothing. Always anchor the tape to something other than your breast. And for me, I only have one way, which is on the shoulder. The shoulder, there's like support that's not the skin of my breasts. And when I tape, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. Finding the tape that works for you is a very personal journey. Finding taping styles that also work for you it will differ from breast to breast. I can even show you tips about my boobs, but your boobs might not respond the same because we're not the same. Your skin might not react the same to the tape either because we're not the same. So always contextualize whenever you're watching people's videos about breast tape, because I know there's a lot of them, but always contextualize, like, do I look like this person? What factors about this person are the same as mine, and what factors about this person are different? Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the different types of tapes available on the market and what I generally use, and then I'll show you guys how I tape. Then we get into the styles. I've been watching my boobs, guys, and I can already see that they already look skew. One of the things I always notice the most whenever I'm not wearing a bra and I wear breast tape is that my boobs are not the same. I think we all know this, but I feel like it becomes more obvious. I know there's one boob that's bigger than the other. I just don't know which one it is. There's one boob that sags more than the other. There's one boob that just doesn't do the right thing. And it gets even worse when you put on tape. But yeah, that's just another thing to be mindful of when you're using tape. You're not going to get the same balanced cleavage that you would normally get with a bra. But anyway, let's get into the different types of tapes that are available on the market, or at least the ones that I've come across. So the most common type of boob tape on the market is this one right here. I'm sure we've all seen it. So many people sell it. You can find it on Takealot. You can find it on yellow sub. You can find it on Impreca. I'm just gonna move closer so you guys can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just called boob tape, right? This is the first tape that I personally ever used. Don't mind me using my pot plant as a table. I don't have my table background, so we're making it work. So this is the first tape that I ever used. Not specifically this color. I'm not going to use this. Remember I told you the darker colors are very harsh on the skin. I tried it, it ripped my skin. I was like, nope. But this one in a light beige was the first I used, and at the back of the box they have all these different designs in terms of how you can tie it. I've only managed to do one, which is for plunging necklines. All the other options, I don't think they were meant for my boobs, right? I'm gonna take this out of the box so you can see it. Oh, there's actually a strip that was already cut, all right? So this is how wide this tape is. I don't know what this strip was for. Maybe I borrowed it to somebody and they cut it, because normally I cut my strips to be up here. So with this one, you'd have to cut quite a number of strips to get some level of coverage for your boobs. Maybe you'd need to cut, like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 8 strips, right? Because you also need to go over it twice. This tape, you can still use it as a busty girl. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, find the one that's best for your skin in terms of color. And then what I liked about this tape more than anything is that it has these, let me come closer again. It has these grid marks at the back, right? Like a ruler, which helps you to measure. So that's one thing I really like about breast tape. So you can measure how many blocks or whatever you need to cut, and then you can just replicate and cut. This is the first type of tape that I ever used, and it worked fine until I saw a video, and then there was like a wider tape. Like this is, I think, 5 centimeter width, right? There's double this. So there's a 10 centimeter width tape, and that's the one I'm going to show you guys next from my lovely pot plant table. So I saw it somewhere. I don't remember if it was a Pinterest video or a TikTok video, but it was overseas, and I was like, I have to get my hands on it. So I went to my tried and trusted supplier, Shein. I went to Shein and I found this. So I have had a variety of this. I'll put up the details on it on the screen in terms of where you can get it. But guys, it has been sold out for a while. But there are other types. I think I'll link them in the description box if you're interested in getting them. There are other types. I'm just not crazier about the other types. But this is the one. The thing that popped out is a very important thing. So it comes with the tape, and then it also has pasties, and then it also has nipple covers, but I think I misplaced the nipple covers for these. Remember what I said about nipple covers, right? I'm gonna go and grab a pair of nipple covers to show you guys when I am taping my own boobs. But it comes with pasties and it comes with a pair of nipple covers, and then the tape inside is like this. The tape inside is like this. It is wide, right? Now, with this particular batch, for some reason, they didn't make it with grid lines, which I really hate, because now the ruler is gone. So you have to sort of eyeball the measurements, which is not great. But here, you're using half the strips. You can use 1, 2, and maybe 3. Already, you can see this is meant for busty girls. The coverage of this tape is incredible. I love it. It's more efficient. You don't have to tape 100 times. It's less administrative. The only admin now is that you have to measure. So this is one of the types that I got. This is good on the skin. It's my go-to tape. I absolutely love it. Oh, okay. And then the other tape that I also got on Shein, I don't think this one is, I want to know, the plant is dirtying my things. I don't think this one is, no, I don't think this is 10. This is more like 7. This is more like 7 centimeters wide, and it's a different fabric. This one I'm not crazy about it. It has the ruler grid marks. I hope you can see. It's 7 centimeters. It's a very different material. It's not like a bandage. I don't know how to describe how the material is, but I'll link it. You can buy it if there's really nothing else for you to buy. The coverage is really not the same. I'm going to show you the difference between the two just now. This one, my only issue is that it doesn't stick very well, right? So sometimes you do come across tapes. This one doesn't stick. It just doesn't stick very well. I'm not sure what the plan was for this particular tape, but after you've stuck it onto your skin, it peels off immediately, you know. So when you're taping, you're finding yourself fighting to hold on to breast tape, and it just becomes admin. So as you can see, these two are not the same width, right? This one is definitely wider. This one is definitely wider, 10 centimeters. This one is 7 centimeters. This one was experimental and will probably be something I use, I don't know when what happens. Maybe when I run out of tape and I'm pressed, I don't know. But this one, don't love her at all. This one, she is the go-to. She is the girl who she thinks she is. This is also wider, so taping less. This one you can also maybe do like 3 strips, you know, and get away with it, but is it even gonna stick? Is it even gonna stick? All right, so let's get into the process of now putting on breast tape on your body. Okay guys, so I am gonna do the taping of the boobs off camera, but I'm gonna try as much as I can to show you on camera. Unfortunately, I can't show you my real life raw breast on YouTube. I'll probably get banned. So also I don't want to. I don't want to show you my breasts like that. So yeah, but anyway, these are the nipple covers I was talking about. It's like a silicone nipple cover. I think these ones in particular came from this box. I can't remember. You can buy these on Take-A-Lot as well. I can't remember where I got these, but it was probably Take-A-Lot, and they are reusable until they stop sticking. Basically, there's like a little bit of a paper. I'll show you guys now. Plastic actually that they stick to. When they stop sticking to the paper, that's when they stop sticking to your breasts as well. This is the protection you need. Protect your nipples, okay? So let me just come closer so you can see. This is the nipple cover, and then over here at the back, it's stuck to this plastic thing over here, right? This plastic, when it stops sticking to that, that's when you stop using it. So every time I use it, don't throw away this plastic. Every time I use it, I remove it on the plastic. I keep the plastic, I keep this plastic safe. Take this, put on my nipple. When I'm done, I put it back on the plastic. It's really that simple, right? So these are the nipple covers. I'm gonna put these on, and then I'm gonna put on what I'm gonna use off camera to then demonstrate to you guys how I do the whole taping process as best as possible. Be right back. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use this tape, the 7 centimeter width one that I said is not great, because I mean, I guess I can afford to waste that, especially because I'm gonna be taping over this, I don't want to say it's a bra, it's a top, right? So my nipple covers are on, they're stuck to the nipple, and then comes the part about measuring, right? So step 1 is you want to measure. I normally like to lie down on my bed, like flat, for this part, and then I count. I think at last count it was about 8 blocks, like, so basically 2, 4, 6, 8 blocks. That's where I need to cut. Now, at first glance, this doesn't look like it's gonna cover, but the thing that you must keep in mind is that breast tape actually does stretch, right? So the breast tape actually stretches, but I'll give myself an extra 2 blocks. Actually, no, an extra block, just to make sure. So I'll make it 9, right? This is why I like the ruler thing, because you can measure. So I'm gonna cut 9 of these. It's actually 8.5, and I can see why I did that now. I remember. And then I'm gonna stick it on to my breasts. And I'm gonna keep repeating that on camera so you can see. Okay. Okay guys, so what I was basically saying, I'm trying to show you the time lapse, is that I've cut 4 strips. Normally, I'd probably cut 6, 3 for each breast. I like to do 2 layers per breast. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, right? And then I'll do another repeat, maybe sometimes 4, 5, doesn't have to be exactly double. But I was just trying to show you that I've cut my strips for each breast. And then it's gonna come the time for us to tape them, where you basically peel off the white parts. I just want to show you quickly before I get into the time lapse. Right, so before taping, these 2 separate. This goes on your skin, this you throw away. Okay guys, so I've done the demo strips. The first thing already that you can see, there's no lift. That's another thing I forgot to mention about the 7 centimeter. It's a very weak tape. It's very light, flimsy. It feels like nothing. So there's no lift. This side keeps lifting. I don't know why, whereas this side is sitting flat. Remember the thing I told you, so this one keeps doing this. I don't know if maybe I taped it too close, or maybe I need to move it. If you do mistape, you can shift your tape around and put it somewhere else. Just make sure it's not sitting for too long. So now it's sitting here, but it's creating a gap somewhere else. But otherwise, I will do a side by side before and after. It's exactly the same. There's no lift. The only lift I'd be able to get is from the garments. It's another reason why I didn't like it. And once you're happy with the positioning of the tape, you can then press it down just so that it gets more of a stick. This one is just lifting. It's just lifting. This side, I did a much better job. There also isn't any like scrunching at the top. This side, it was a fail, right? But that's basically how you would tape your boobs. It is better if you are lying down on your bed. So what I normally do is I lie flat on the bed and then I tape, right? And I always tape from underneath the boob. And as I'm taping, I'm lifting the boob up, so that when you stand, you know, it lands maybe somewhere here instead of down here. This one is not doing anything for me. So I'm gonna go tape the actual breast tape that I said I like, the premium one, the good one. I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'll come back and show you guys when I'm wearing something and I've taped my breasts. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is a top that I got from Shein maybe a year or 2 ago. And when I got this top, I knew that I would have to wear breast tape with it. A bra could work as well, but I knew that breast tape would be better. This is how the top looks right now without any tape. I'm gonna put on breast tape to show you guys that I can get a little bit of a lift, right? As you can see, my boobs are sagging. It's not gonna be sitting up here. It's just gonna be a little bit. But also what breast tape is gonna do for me is make me comfortable. I'm not very comfortable right now. I feel like if somebody had to walk by and just yank this bottom part of the top, my boobs are gonna be outside. Also, the material of the top is like between stretching and non-stretch. So if it was non-stretch, it would definitely give me more support, but because it's somewhere in between that, it's not giving me support on its own. It does need some tape or something, you know, it has no structure of its own, so it does need something. I wouldn't be comfortable going out in public like this. I know it doesn't look too bad, but it's not really something I'd be comfortable doing. I'm not even sure about the tape. I feel like if I lift my hand up, I've got under boob, and I'm just like, can't we cover a bra with this top? But for the purposes of showing you how breast tape works with different types of tops, I'm going to show you what it looks like to wear this top with breast tape. Okay, this is another top where we are doing a breast tape versus no breast tape kind of look. So actually I wore this top for my birthday this year, and I actually wore it with a bra. But then when I looked at the pictures and I saw how the top and the bra were fighting, I realized that maybe it would have been better off without a bra, right? And as I'm now wearing it without a bra, I'm seeing that my boobs are squashed, they're suffocating, the buttons look like they're exploding. So I'm gonna loosen up some buttons. Maybe it'll look better with open buttons, with nothing fighting. It's not the most flattering top for my boobs, but it's the biggest size that was available, so I took it. I don't feel like this needs tape. Here I feel secure. This is a non-stretch garment. Here I just feel like we can party, we can live our best lives. I don't feel like it needs tape, and I don't see what tape is gonna do different to what's already happening. But I know that if I unbutton all the buttons, now all my boobs are at risk of falling out, and it's also not the cutest look. So I will button some of the buttons, and then I will put on tape, and then we'll do a comparison to see how does this one look with tape on, and maybe it will look better. This top is my all-time favorite Let's Go braless top. It's the first ever top that got me to buy breast tape. I'm not wearing it with breast tape right now because I want to show you the before, and then I'll show you the after in a second. I also haven't buttoned all the buttons because it's very tedious trying to get this together with long nails, and I'm still going to take it off and put it on again. But this one is my fighter. This is my go-to top. You can't wear a bra because the bra will show, so that one is definitely out. This one I already know what it looks like with breast tape, so I will show you guys, but you know, for the purpose of showing you the demonstration. But this one I already know it works. This is the perfect breast tape kind of top. I also want to show you the back. The back is sheer, right? So that's another reason why you can't really wear it with a bra, because the back is transparent. I love this top. It's one of my most favorite tops. I think it's not even white anymore, it's probably gray because I've worn it so much. But this one with breast tape, it's already a 10. Okay guys, I'm done taping the boobies. If you're wondering why I'm standing in this disapproving aunt position, it's because I'm giving my boobs support. Before I put on the clothes, remember I said in the beginning of the video, tape is not a replacement for a bra, so I can already feel that if I let it go, or let my boobs go at least, the tape is going to pull my skin, and so I'm scared it's going to tear. But this is the taping. As you can see, I struggled with the left boob. I needed to tape a lot more on this side, but it'll work out in the clothing. Again, I didn't do as many layers as I would normally do. Normally I would then do another smaller strip to come here to cover. I would do more layers, but this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm literally gonna take this off and throw it away and go to sleep after this. So this side is really well done. I even got a lot of the shoulder covered. My boobs are properly anchored. Here I'll be able to fix this mishap because you can see the cleavage is even coming in too much. But let me stop talking too much, and now let me show you what the different clothing items look like with tape on. Okay, so starting with the first top that I showed you, you can already see my taping blunders. I taped too close to here on both sides, but it's not a biggie because you can always edit, and I will show you guys how I edit. I can also cut underneath just not to show the tape, but already the tape already feels so much better with this top. It feels a lot more secure compared to the first time. I don't know if there's a bigger lift. I will put them side by side to do a comparison. Is there a lift, or is it just in my mind? Maybe the lift is a confidence boost more than it is a breast lift. But I'm going to show you guys how I edit. So if you have these type of situations, it's not a big problem. You can definitely cut and edit and customize it to the garment that you're wearing. All right, so this is how we look now with the tape on. It feels better. I think I got more of a confidence boost than I got a breast lift. I think what was lifted up is more of my confidence. It feels better, but if I had to choose, I would wear this top with a bra and just cover the bra with the top. It doesn't feel, I don't feel the most comfortable as I would normally feel. I don't feel like I have enough support. But if I want to do like sexy boobage out, you know, I can do it. It can work with tape. It doesn't feel extremely different. Without tape, I don't think it even looks extremely different. I think the only thing that's been lifted here is just my comfort levels, if I'm being completely honest. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think the tape worked? Do you feel like I got a lift? Obviously, as I said, you're not going from the floor to the ceiling in terms of the lift. If you're expecting it to be up here, not my boobs, gravity. But I think we went from the floor to the first floor. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, here's what this top looks like with tape and 2 buttons. I do think it looks better, but I think the overall fit of this top is just problematic. But I do think it does look better with tape, you know, than without. I don't know how, I don't know why. Again, it might just be a confidence lift instead of a breast lift. I don't think it needed a breast lift initially, but this is what it looks like. I think it does look better. I think bra, definitely not. Braless, you can do. Sometimes the problem with braless is that your boobs move around. So what the tape is doing is just like keeping them in place. You know, no matter what I do, it will be like this. And I think that's why I think the tape looks better. I definitely do like this look a lot more than without. And I don't think it'll work well without the buttons tied. I think it's a little too open. And now the problem is you can really see the tape even after I have edited and cut away the tape. So for this top, we can do breast tape with 2 buttons and not like completely, you know, it feels like if I bend over, hey, I will find my boobs outside. So yeah. Okay guys, this top, for me, there are no surprises here. It was definitely gonna look extra amazing with tape on. It feels a lot better even with tape on. Again, I can't tell if it's a breast lift or a confidence lift, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Because I've only ever worn it with tape, I feel like it definitely looks better with tape, but there might not be a big difference. But I'm happy here. Here, the top is doing the work, the tape is doing the work, the boobs are doing the work. I personally love it. This demonstration is more for you guys, and just for you guys to let me know whether you think there's a lift or not. This is how I'm going to do it. And just know, like, when I'm wearing this top, I'm coming for blood because, this one, this top is everything. It is everything. I feel like this was a top that was designed for tape, structurally, and just like everything. Like, the girls are sitting pretty. I love it. Okay guys, so that concludes the series around breast tape. I am now wearing breast tape with this top. For me, it feels like there's a difference, you know. Let me just tie it, excuse me, and get it over and done with. I can see the string is a little bit up, uneven, but it's whatever. For me, I can feel the difference. I've even broken a nail in the process because that other white top, yup, the buttons are fighting. You know what the difference is? The difference is that my boobs are sitting in place and I don't constantly feel like I need to keep fixing them and adjusting them. So maybe there's not a lift. Again, we will do a side by side of this versus without tape. This is the only top where I do feel like tape is really not that necessary, like you can manage. But now that I'm wearing it with tape again, I feel like, I feel more confident. I don't feel like I have to keep fixing my boobs. I feel like I can dance if I need to, you know, and I can have a good time. Obviously, I just need to cut out this tape underneath so that it doesn't show. But yeah, I guess the last benefit of tape is also just that it holds your boobs in place, whereas without it, you know, they'll just be jiggling everywhere, and trust me, they will jiggle, you know. So anyway, guys, this concludes everything that is about breast tape. So during the key takeaways in terms of what do you need to walk away with. Number one, understand that tape is not a replacement for a bra. It is not a bra. It is a flimsy piece of material that's just supposed to offer a little bit of support. So it might not take you from the floor to the ceiling. It might only take you from the ground floor to the first floor, which is what I feel like is happening with me. But you guys let me know in the comments, do you see a difference in any of these looks with or without tape? Number two, understand that there's different types of tapes and that they will apply to different bodies differently. Just like there's different types of boobs, there's different types of tapes. You just need to find what works for you. And know that when you're a busty girl, it is better to anchor the tape to something like your shoulders. Try to avoid taping up to here, because when you remove it, it can come off with your skin. Because rule number one, tape is not a bra, and unless you have gravity defying boobs, the weight of your boobs will pull your skin, causing it to tear when you take it off. Number three, always remember to wear nipple covers. Nipple covers are your best friend. Protect the nipple, protect the nipple, unless you want to feel like somebody is just shredding your nipples away when you take it off. And then number four, customize the tape to the style that you're wearing. Remember that you get as much support from the garment as you do from the tape. So the stronger the material, the more support you're going to get. The flimsier the material, the less support that you're going to get. And maybe the last takeaway, actually second last, is that tape doesn't work for every look. Some looks you have to wear a bra. Some looks you just have to leave alone completely. As we saw with the pink look, some looks you just have to say goodbye, love it and let it go, right? But with certain other looks, like you can see with the white and this one, guys, I feel firm. I feel like, let's go. I don't know what I want to do. I feel good. Lastly, tape is a great thing to keep your boobs in place. So maybe you're not using it for a lift, but you just want to keep your boobs sitting pretty in one area. If you're going to wear a blazer with no underwear, you can just tape your boobs so that when you're bending over to pick up something, things are not falling out and they're not wobble. Okay. So those are a lot of takeaways. I hope you found this video helpful. Please do comment and let me know what you think. Where did you see a difference? Where did you not see a difference? What are you still struggling with tape that you want me to help you with, that I can cover in videos to come when I wear tape again? What do I need to learn about tape that I maybe haven't discovered that you might know you're willing to share? I want to see you guys busy in the comments, because there's a lot to talk about in this video. And of course, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with as many people as possible. I do think this is probably the most informative video I've done, and I think a lot of women can benefit from learning about breast tape. Other than that, I can't wait to see you in the next video.